Chapter 4 of Think and Grow Rich is titled Autosuggestion, the Medium for Influencing the Subconscious Mind. In this chapter, Napoleon Hill explains the practical method for transforming desire and faith into tangible results. If Chapter 2 introduces desire and Chapter 3 develops faith, Chapter 4 provides the mechanism that connects conscious thought to the subconscious mind. Hill argues that autosuggestion is the bridge between what you consciously want and what your subconscious mind ultimately acts upon. It is the process of feeding your mind with repeated, emotionally charged instructions until those instructions become belief, and belief becomes behavior. Hill defines autosuggestion as self-suggestion, thoughts and statements that an individual deliberately plants in their own mind. Unlike casual thinking, autosuggestion is intentional and disciplined. The subconscious mind, according to Hill, accepts whatever thoughts are consistently impressed upon it, especially when those thoughts are mixed with emotion. Therefore, if a person repeatedly declares a definite purpose, imagines its fulfillment, and feels the emotions associated with achievement, the subconscious gradually accepts that outcome as real. Once accepted, it begins influencing actions, ideas, and decisions in alignment with that belief. Autosuggestion is not magic. It is the psychological principle of repetition shaping internal conviction. A central theme in this chapter is the importance of definiteness. Hill insists that vague wishes produce vague results. The subconscious responds most powerfully to clear, specific instructions. That is why he instructs readers to create a definite statement of financial desire, naming the exact amount of money they intend to earn, the deadline for achieving it, and the service they will provide in exchange. This statement must be repeated aloud daily, ideally twice a day, while visualizing possession of the money. The repetition serves as a constant reminder of purpose, while visualization intensifies emotional engagement. Over time, what begins as mere words evolves into belief. Hill stresses that emotion is essential in the process of autosuggestion. Words spoken without feeling have little impact on the subconscious. However, when statements are delivered with enthusiasm, gratitude, and confidence, they carry persuasive force. Emotion acts as the amplifier of thought. For example, if an individual says, "I will succeed," without conviction, the subconscious receives the message weakly. But if the same statement is spoken with strong belief and vivid imagination, the subconscious absorbs it more deeply. The more emotionally charged the repetition, the faster the transformation from doubt to faith. Another key idea in Chapter 4 is the role of persistence. Hill acknowledges that many people try affirmations briefly and abandon them when immediate results fail to appear. He explains that the subconscious mind does not change overnight. It requires continuous conditioning. Just as habits are formed through repeated action, belief is formed through repeated thought. Autosuggestion must become a daily practice. The individual must guard their mind carefully, ensuring that negative suggestions, whether from their own fears or from others, do not undermine their efforts. Consistency is what eventually converts conscious repetition into automatic belief. Hill also highlights the dual nature of autosuggestion. While it can be used deliberately to build confidence and success, it operates automatically in everyday life as well. If a person constantly complains, expects failure, or speaks negatively about their abilities, they are unknowingly practicing negative autosuggestion. Over time, those repeated thoughts shape their reality just as surely as positive affirmations would. The subconscious does not discriminate between positive and negative instructions. It simply acts on what it is given most consistently. This means individuals must take responsibility for monitoring their internal dialogue. The chapter further explains that autosuggestion works best when combined with a burning desire. Desire fuels repetition, and repetition strengthens belief. Without genuine desire, affirmations become mechanical and ineffective. But when desire is strong, the individual naturally invests emotion into their statements. Hill suggests that reading one's written goal aloud with feeling and visualizing it as already achieved creates a mental environment in which opportunity and creativity flourish. The subconscious begins generating ideas, insights, and impulses that align with the declared purpose. What once seemed distant gradually appears attainable. Hill emphasizes that autosuggestion is not a substitute for action. Rather, it prepares the mind for effective action. By programming the subconscious with a clear objective, individuals become more alert to opportunities and more decisive in their efforts. The mind, once convinced of a goal's certainty, begins seeking pathways toward its realization. Autosuggestion therefore influences behavior indirectly by shaping belief, which in turn shapes decisions and persistence. It reduces hesitation and strengthens commitment. Another significant concept in the chapter is self-confidence through mental rehearsal. Hill explains that repeatedly affirming one's ability to achieve a goal builds internal assurance. This confidence radiates outward, affecting how others perceive and respond to the individual. People are more likely to trust and follow someone who demonstrates conviction. Thus, autosuggestion not only influences personal psychology but also social dynamics. It changes the tone of communication, posture, and demeanor. Confidence becomes visible and persuasive. Hill also cautions readers against skepticism that prevents full participation in the process. He acknowledges that some may doubt the effectiveness of autosuggestion because its results are gradual rather than immediate. However, he encourages experimentation. Commit fully to the practice for a sustained period and observe the transformation in mindset and behavior. The key is wholehearted engagement. Half-hearted repetition produces half-hearted results. The subconscious responds to intensity and consistency. In essence, Chapter 4 teaches that individuals possess the power to recondition their own minds. Autosuggestion is the tool that enables this transformation. By consciously selecting thoughts, repeating them with emotion, and visualizing their realization, one gradually replaces doubt with belief. The process is systematic and practical, requiring discipline but not external resources. Hill's message is empowering. Circumstances do not solely determine destiny. Internal dialogue plays a decisive role. When properly directed, autosuggestion becomes a powerful instrument for turning desire into achievement. The core message of Chapter 4 can be summarized simply: what you repeatedly tell yourself, with feeling and conviction, becomes your reality. Autosuggestion is the mechanism through which faith is built, confidence is strengthened, and goals move from imagination into experience. It is the ongoing conversation between the conscious and subconscious mind that ultimately shapes success.